Not even a single bridge pier was used, yet this bridge has stood for more than 300 years without falling. So how exactly was that built? At first, they built a wooden bridge across the river, but wood rots easily, and once a flood came, the wooden bridge was quickly washed away. So they built a stone bridge in the middle of the river to connect both banks. But unexpectedly, the riverbed was full of soft mud and sand. The stone bridge's foundation soon began to sink and collapse, so they drove wooden stakes into both riverbanks. First stretched several thick bamboo cables as the main beams, then laid bamboo boards on top as the bridge deck. In this way, bamboo cable bridge was invented. But if the bridge carried too many goods, the bamboo cables could still snap. Then they thought of replacing the bamboo cables with more wear-resistant iron chains. But the iron chains weighed several tons. How could they be transported to the opposite bank? At first, they tried using a boat to drag the iron chains across the river. But once the chains entered the water, the current created a huge pulling force and quickly overturned the boat. So they made a bold innovation. First, they stretched a temporary cable between the two riverbanks, then placed several short bamboo tubes around the cable to act as sliding bearings. Next, they fixed the iron chains onto the bamboo tubes. With the sliding motion of the bamboo tubes, all 13 iron chains were carried to the opposite bank in one attempt. This method was called the cable ferrying method. But soon, they discovered another problem. The pulling force of the iron chains was too strong. If the chains were tied directly to wooden stakes, the stakes would be pulled out by the roots once force was applied. So, at the bridge abutments on both banks, they dug deep pits downward. At the bottom of each pit, they placed giant cast iron crossbeams. To make the foundation even stronger, they drove multiple vertical iron piles into the ground. The hidden piles and ground piles crossed each other horizontally and vertically, forming a strong foundation. Then they spread out the ends of the 13 iron chains separately and wrapped them around the hidden piles. To prevent the chains from loosening or shifting, then poured molten iron over the joints, making them connect into one solid structure. After that, they backfilled the pits with layers of earth and stone, compacting each layer to make the entire bridge foundation even more stable. But even with the iron chains in place, they still did not dare to let people cross directly. So they laid a layer of transverse wooden planks over the iron chains as the base, then added longitudinal wooden planks on top as the walkway. Finally, they tied everything firmly together with thick iron wire. This made the bridge much safer to walk on. They also built bridge pavilions at both ends. Just like that, you built the looting bridge.